He's fine now. He's not in the mood. He's irritated by his nails.
So we trimmed them. The guard lent us a nail cutter. We trimmed his nails.
And then he spent time so he wouldn't feel sharp.
The one that's filed? Like being filed?
Oh, yes. He spent time with a nail file. And then, oh, yes, as I said, he's not in the mood. He has already given his last wishes. He said wherever he dies, he should be cremated there.
Okay, so he said that can be discussed. Yes.
He said if he dies here in the Netherlands, his body should not be brought back to the Philippines. He should just be cremated here, and only the ashes should be returned.
That was his.
And then I said, let's just discuss it next time, because I am not pro-cremation. I am not pro-cremation. But he is pro-cremation. And then I asked him, so what will happen if, hypothetically, we don't follow your wish to be cremated? I said, we will bury you next to your father. Will you come back? He replied, well, probably not, but I'll think about whether or not to haunt you. So that was the discussion today. How did you feel about former President Digong's statements? Ma'am, many are feeling sad now. Many want to cry. Well, I suppose that's natural for an 80-year-old, isn't it, to think that way? And it's good that all of us know what his last wishes are, so they can be fulfilled when the time comes. Are you prepared for that, Vice President? My only objection is that I'm not pro-cremation. So my only fear is that he might haunt me if his wish to be cremated isn't followed. So that's it. Ma'am, once again, you've proven you're a woman of steel, because your two brothers become very emotional when former President Digong is like that. Where do you get the strength? Well, it probably also comes from PRRD, right? He taught us, as I've said many times, that his teaching is not to cry. In fact, one time when we visited, Kitty cried, and he even scolded her, telling her, tears are useless. Does he have any requests, meanwhile? His nail trimming, that was requested. And then, that's all. Yes, that was the only request. Earlier, he requested Coke Zero. Were you able to give it to him there? Yes, I was able to give him the Coke Zero. But I think he's not allowed to have Coke Zero anymore. So he gets it secretly at the visitor center. Ma'am Elizabeth said that all medication has been stopped. Is that because he no longer has any illness, or? I don't know what was said. I don't know what my mother and he discussed. We didn't discuss his health earlier, but from what I saw, he's thin. He's very thin, but he's not weak. And I noticed earlier, although I didn't mention it because his mood wasn't very good, his complexion is good. Maybe he's undergoing therapy. I don't even know. His complexion is good. He's thin, right? So you would expect it to sag, but it doesn't. It's tight. It's firm. His skin here is tight and firm. And his wrinkles are only on his forehead. It's like he has some internal skincare that we don't know about. Ma'am, the picture. He's not like that anymore. No, not anymore. Ma'am, would it be possible for the Filipino people to even have a glimpse through a picture of PRRD, ma'am? We will ask the lawyers, yes, if that is even allowed. And then we'll ask them to take a photo, if it's allowed. Regarding politics, did you discuss anything political? Nothing much. I just mentioned to him that Chairman Nur Misuwari is sick. Chairman Nur is in Davao City. And then he said to convey his well wishes to him. We also talked because I need to call Chairman Nur Misuwari's son. And then that's all we discussed. And one other Dabawenyo who passed away, we also discussed him. And of course, Ma'am's father, who is a friend of PRRD, was also discussed. Well, when is your next visit to former President Digong? Tomorrow. We have a visit. I just forgot the time. Because today is 1:30 to 3, right? Tomorrow is 2 o'clock, 2 to 3:30. Oh, sorry. Wednesday, right? Yes, ma'am. 3 to 4:30. 3 to 4:30. So we're late tomorrow. July 9, right? Am I correct? July 9. Yeah, 3 to 4:30. Didn't your usual charm work on him, where he lightens up when he sees you? Not today. I think he's annoyed with Manansala. Oh, that Porky. Oh, Attorney Manahan is here. Attorney Manahan? Hey, Attorney Manahan. We didn't know you were here, huh? Yes. Oh, Attorney Manahan got in. Yes, we're partners today. Oh, that's why. I was going to ask, where is Ma'am Elizabeth? Oh, she's not here. Manansala is here now. So I think Manansala is the one. Okay. Let me ask a question, a different matter. What's your reaction to Elias Rene recanting his previous statements against you, your father, and Pastor Quibeloy, and now he allegedly said, or actually stated, that he was paid by Senator Risa Hontiveros, ma'am? Ah, yes, that is a very serious accusation, and it should be answered clearly as to what really happened. And if Alias Rene believes he should also file a case, then he should do so that he can state the truth in court and the accused can also respond appropriately in court. I read his affidavit even before it was publicly released. In fact, there were statements there that he was with alleged ICC witnesses in a house where he was made to stay by Senator Hontiveros. Is that a reason for concern that allegedly there's planted evidence, planted witnesses, and that he was also with witnesses who will be brought to the ICC who might also be planted witnesses? Oh yes, of course. In fact, I also informed President Duterte's lawyer about that there's such a statement from the witness against Pastor Quibeloy, who is now saying that what he said before is not true. He is saying that he was with ICC witnesses at his residence. The time you advised Kong Pulong to seek the speakership, what is the status of that? Oh, I don't know about him. I don't know if he'll take my suggestion seriously. But I don't have any news yet on what he's going to do. Do you have any news on who the incoming speaker or incoming Senate president is? I have no news regarding the Senate and the House of Representatives for now. On another question, ma'am, what do you have to say or react to when 42% of Filipinos are not favorable to the impeachment case filed against you and only 38% agree? Does this mean that they should dismiss the impeachment complaints with respect to the senators? Well, perhaps many of our countrymen understand what is being done against me and my family. It's pure political persecution and harassment. Should it be dismissed? The senator judges should look at our arguments because we have many solid legal arguments as to why this impeachment complaint should be dismissed. Will you be present on the first day of the impeachment when you return? Or will you not yet be home on the first day, right before the SONA? No, I won't be there. I won't be back right before SONA, so I can't go home yet. In any event, the lawyers are already there, and they're continually preparing the witnesses, our witnesses, for the impeachment and continually gathering the pieces of evidence as well. Last question. There are reports that they have copies of your bank accounts. Are you going to file legal action against those who illegally obtained your bank statements? No, not anymore. I haven't filed any cases. For all the libelous statements that came out, I haven't filed any cases. All the harassment, I suggest leaving it to God because I believe God's wrath will be more severe when it comes. Regarding the bank accounts, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for a trial where I will answer the questions about the bank account. Because for now, as I said, their acquisition of information regarding bank accounts was illegal, and I have no obligation to answer them. However, if the impeachment doesn't proceed, I will endeavor to sit down and answer their allegations regarding the impeachment through the public. Ma'am, I already asked Congressman Pulong for his opinion. For you, just your opinion about former president's house in Davao. Why in Davao? My opinion as a lawyer is that I think the property was acquired during the live-in relationship of Honeylet and PRRD, and so its status is co-ownership. She can probably sell her share, but she cannot sell PRRD's share. And so it also depends on what the two of them, Honeylet and President Duterte, will discuss regarding what to do with the house. That's as a lawyer, right? As a daughter, I'm just thinking about how and where President Duterte will live if they sell it, if he returns to Davao City. So that's one of our concerns.
But Kong Palong said he would stay at San Pedro College, ma'am.
Ah, yes. Mama mentioned something like that he could stay in his own house.
In their house.
Well, hopefully. But that depends on what Honeyled and President Duterte discuss, because they are the co-owners of the house. Ma'am, showbiz question. Since Ma'am Elizabeth will accept him, is there reconciliation in the office? No, no reconciliation. No reconciliation. My mother just said it's okay for girlfriends to visit. There's no problem with. Wow, the love is intense.
Can you handle that, ma'am?
I can handle that, ma'am. No. Ma'am, is there, maybe nothing else? Like their friendship? Like, four. Yes, that's friendship. Sports. What is it, ma'am? They call that sports. Ma'am, later on, it might be the wedding of the century when former President Degong comes out. Ah, well, I won't advise them to get married anymore. You'll be the flower girl, man? I won't advise that anymore. Anyone else? Yes. Hello, deputy, from GMA Integrated News. Ah, I wasn't able to catch the first part of your statement. But I want to ask you about the impeachment, ma'am, right? Because Senator Zubiri said that the impeachment trial against you is a witch hunt. But then, Congresswoman De Lima remarked that it's unfair to call it a witch hunt because of the gravity of the allegations against you. So what is your comment on those statements, that the impeachment is a witch hunt and that there's no basis for it being a witch hunt? I probably won't join the debate between De Lima and Senator Zubiri, but I've been saying for a long time, and our countrymen can also see the timeline of how they reached the impeachment. And we all know what this truly is. This is a race for the presidential elections of the year 2028. Ma'am, does our beloved President Rodrigo Duterte have a message for the people? He said earlier, no guts, no glory. So that's it. You heard that, right? You need guts. No guts, no glory. Thank you. VP, do you have a message for our countrymen? First and foremost, always and repeatedly, it is my gratitude. Of course, I thank you, right, for showing your support to former President Rodrigo Duterte. Actually, he also asked earlier, he said, are there still people waiting outside? I said, yes, there are. And one of them, who was with us on the bus. Ah, ma'am is from Mahaplug, Leyte. Ah, I was telling him about it. He smiled. Then we thank those who pray. We are very thankful. There are so many of them. Just recently, I received a perpetual mass card for former President Rodrigo Duterte. So someone bought that for him. And that the people are still there, their support and trust continue, even with so many smears. Please continue living here. Ma'am, an additional question, because you mentioned yesterday in your interview, right, that the former president now looks like skin and bones. Does he have a medical condition? Or did the doctors inside mention anything about his condition? Or if he even has a condition? And why has his situation been like that for the past 3 months without him appearing publicly? Yes, my mother mentioned that he is skin and bones, and I elaborated yesterday on what that means. He is extremely thin. What you see there now, he is not like that at all anymore. He looks sick, but clearly he probably isn't, because the medical officer hasn't told us anything urgent. I think his weight loss is possibly due to, first, a loss of appetite because he's not used to eating. And second, it might also be because the medical officer is controlling his diet, as President Duterte is diabetic. Ma'am, regarding the ICC prosecution, they have already released the 12th, or reportedly given the defense the 12th batch of evidence. Have you discussed with Attorney Hoffman what the next steps will be regarding these documents provided by the prosecution? They will likely discuss it, because the lawyer and his assistant just entered inside, so they will likely discuss it. Do you have access to that document? Have you seen it? No, my access is the same as everyone else's. Whatever is published on the ICC website, that's all the documents I see. Ma'am, does he have all the medicines he needs, ma'am? I'm sure. Yes,
I'm sure he is given the medicines he needs because there is a medical officer in charge of him inside.
Ma'am, do you have time for photos?
Yes, sure.
Can we please all just line up?
Thank you, ma'am.